What's up, opportunity cost investors? In this I'm sorry. Hold on. I thought I saw it's a YouTube stock portfolio update. I have to take this. Hold on. We all know who you are. We all know what you want to do. If you're looking for your return on investment, I can tell you I don't have it. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for portfolio updates. If you buy stock in that sub count now, that'll be the end of it. I will not find your video. I will not bring you into the lightning round. But if you don't, I will find your video. I will react to it. And I will suggest you like that button.
It's Jake from State Farm.
Oh. Sorry about that. I couldn't resist. But in this video, we're going to be reviewing JJ Buckner's $100,000 stock portfolio that he's starting from $1,000. By watching this video, you'll know how to set up a stock portfolio journey with your audience so that way you can communicate and calculate your returns effectively. And in true honor of JJ's YouTube channel, I've decided I'm going to start with a drink. Except I don't actually drink. So today I brought to you a low-carb, diet-free, keto-friendly dihydrogen monoxide, which I threw on the rocks just to spice things up. I'd give this drink a 10, which is exactly where we're starting his portfolio update. Whoa, wait a minute, time out. Because we're not actually going to do a stock portfolio review. I mean, the guy's got a week's worth of data. That's not worth our time. So instead, we're going to send him our best wishes by providing the best tips to doing a stock portfolio update so that way you can too. If you think about it, the guy's got 70,000 subs and he's doing something that you have the ability to do. The potential for your channel is remarkable. In fact, I'm going to be starting a stock portfolio journey and putting my money where my mouth is. It's one thing to say it, it's another to show. Which brings us to how you can make a free stock. We want to use Robinhood to do this, but we actually don't have Robinhood. Which means if you leave your Robinhood referral code in the comment section below, on the next video we will randomly select a winner to which we'll apply using the Robinhood link. But I'm not going to break your heart though, because we will bring more people into the lightning round, such as Bruce Wing and Tommy Bryson. However, let's just jump right into this video, starting at tip number 1, and probably most important, and that is to provide a spreadsheet to your audience, so that way we have the beginning and ending balances, the beginning and ending start dates, and all the withdrawals or contributions that were made into or out of a portfolio. We actually don't care about cost basis or any of the trades you made at this level. That'll be the next tip. Now, how do you do that for your audience? Well, there's a couple of ways. I'm going to share with you 2. One of which is you can put your spreadsheet in Google Drive, create a shareable link, and put it in your description, which I've done in the past. Another one I learned from One Blue Land, YouTube channel linked in the description below, is you can put it on your website. Also, that allows you to drive traffic there, which I thought was really, really interesting. But keep this in mind, even though I said that it's the most important part, your video can actually go without it if it's detailed enough, just like in JJ's case in the video that we're reviewing. However, I believe this might be because it's such a new portfolio. Imagine if he didn't go with a spreadsheet and instead updated you every single video. Well, after a year or 2 years, when you're finally reviewing the performance, you'd have to go back and watch every single video. Imagine how arduous that would be. In fact, I think I'm going to have to do that with Bruce Wing. But it's for you guys, so I don't mind. By the way, if you're even a little skeptical about doing your own stock portfolio journey, I strongly encourage you to take note of these tips and then go to another YouTuber who has portfolio updates and realize just how many of these tips they're missing, despite the fact that they're crucial in determining your actual performance. You have some true potential here. But anyway, on to tip number 2, and that is you want to create a tally of the tax implications your portfolio develops. This includes things like capital gains or dividends, or any kind of ancillary things like the umbrella that it's in, if it's traditional or Roth, that kind of example. Now, as you're well aware, taxes make a considerable difference in your overall performance. And one person I know who demonstrated this perfectly was the Oracle's Classroom, who's a YouTube channel I have linked in the description. And if you are not subscribed to the Oracle's Classroom YouTube channel, end this video and subscribe to him, because that'll be the best investment you made today. Now here's a master tip. When you're doing your tax considerations, you want to be as conservative as possible. I even go as far to include unrealized capital gains because you never know what would happen in the span of your investment. Picture this, you buy a security thinking you're going to buy it long term. 360 days in, the company does something askew, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I have to sell it now. Well, now you're going to pay the short-term capital gains. And if you had the unrealized gains in mind the entire time, you're not going to be surprised by it. But if you're thinking long-term, you're like, whoa, I'm in another tax bracket. This sucks. It would kind of be like if I were giving you $1 million in one day, and you actually got 1.1 million, you'd be like, heck yeah, whatever, right? However, if I were to give you $900,000, you'd be like, whoa, wait a minute, where's my other $100,000? We always want to under-promise and over-deliver in a way that if we're wrong on the upside. And it seems a little unfair to put all this tax pressure on us, especially when in the benchmark I'll show you, we're all doing pre-tax. But if you go to Warren Buffett's annual shareholder letters, you'll see that every single year he puts his after-tax Berkshire performance, but pre-tax S&P 500 performance. And that's because as opportunity cost investors, we always want to weigh our option that we choose in the harshest light possible with as many disadvantages. And then our alternative, which would be like a benchmark, in the highest light possible. That way, if we still pull out through our performance, we can almost definitively say that our investment strategy is working. Tip number 3, asset allocation is quickly growing as one of my favorite topics to talk about, and a video I cannot wait to put out because it's so important and often overlooked. For example, if you had one portfolio that had $100,000 long Tesla and another one that was $500,000 short Tesla, if you only told your audience about the $100,000 one that was long Tesla, they'd be like, whoa, look, he's pro Tesla. When in reality, $500,000 short Tesla. And I know that's an extreme, absurd example, but there's other things like cash flows that I need to address and another entire video dedicated just to that. But just know this, people need to know what your asset allocation is and why that specific portfolio. Moving on to tip number 4, we have like that smash button if you found this content helpful. Sorry, don't hate me. It's kind of the oldest trick in the YouTube basics book, see? Chapter 5 right here says, if you're doing a top 5 video or tips of 5 or something of the sort, make sure one of the tips is to like this smash button. Sorry, it's a basic YouTube thing we have to do. But alright, real tip number 4 is to include a benchmark. This isn't necessary because we can do it on our own given the spreadsheets provided to us. However, it gives us a sense of relatability. And I know I've talked about this countless times before, and I'll talk about it countless times more, but if you said your performance was 20%, could you have passively invested in the S&P 500 at 40% or 0%? Because then your 20% makes a complete difference. Also, there's weaknesses to benchmarks, which I'll talk about in future videos, but for our sake and for right now, it does add to your analysis. So it's a bonus tip. Tip number 5 is how you communicate your performance. Right now, I tell you, I have a 15% return. That means nothing to you. Unfortunately, when I say return, it means a lot of different things. For example, think of an app you don't have. Do you know how they calculate rate of return? Maybe, right? So if I have Robinhood and someone's showing me a Webull portfolio update and they say, hey, I made a 15% return, a lot of people will assume it's the same return from Robinhood than it is from Webull, but they're actually two completely different things. So this is something we have to keep in mind. And again, this isn't a necessity because if you provide the information for us, like the spreadsheets, then we can calculate it on our own and then we can get the information that way. However, clarifying which return goes a long way. But that's all I have for you in this video. I hope you enjoyed the content. Make sure you like that smash button by stocking that subscriber count. Liberty Bell, that notification icon, and thanks for watching. Until next time. Oh, wait, hold on. There's one YouTuber I need to shout out, and that's Mamet. I think I'm saying that correctly, but if not, he's linked in the description below, and my editor will put him somewhere. I never really know where to point because my editor likes to mess with me. Sometimes I feel like I'm better off doing the Macarena. But anyway, make sure you check out his channel. You can see a noticeable difference in the way that he's doing his portfolio updates, and the quality is increasing dramatically. So, congrats, Mamet, and everyone, thanks for watching. Until next time.